Hey y'all, it's Shannon. So I wanted to come at you with a review or first impressions of the Cretacolor Watermedia set. I got this on Amazon, but it's also available at Jerry's Artorama, just kind of FYI. So I was so excited to get this set and play around with it. I swatched everything out, and as you can see, I got all sorts of cool stuff with it. So that little clear thing is actually used to hold the aqua bricks, which are those basically six big bricks you see right there. And then it came with quite a few products, as you can tell. So it's really a good thing, I think, if you're getting into water media to try. And basically, I was excited because I got the aquastics, which is part of the reason I bought the set, that and the aqua bricks, really, because I wanted to compare it to the Caran d'Ache watercolor crayons and see if I liked them and, you know, that kind of thing. So I got 3 aqua monolith pencils, one in white, one in black, and one in, I think it's a 4B, so it's a water-soluble graphite. I got 6 of the aqua Marino, I believe that's what they're called, and then I got a watercolor or a water-soluble graphite HB, and then you got 2 pencils that are not water-soluble or oil-based pencils, one in sanguine and one in HB as well, and then you also got the little water sponge and a water, like some brushes. This is just the doodle I did, basically, of a butterfly, and I'm starting out using the aquastics. And part of the reason I wanted to use these is because I know Lindsay the Frugal Crafter uses water-soluble oil pastel, the portfolio ones, but she says, you know, you really can't use those other than as the final layer. So I wanted to test this out and see if I could use kind of multiple layers on top of these oil-based pastels. And these are an artist or professional grade oil-based pastel, so I'm guessing that has something to do with it, but I was able to layer on top of these pretty easily without any issues. So I'm just kind of laying down like my base colors and things like that. Here I am using the aqua monolith, and as I go along, I learned a few things while doing this, because like I said, this was a first impressions basically. So I really enjoyed doing this. I'm trying to add some highlights, and then I'm using the aqua brick to do the yellow highlights and to do some of the green highlights. I have to be honest, I am in love with those aqua bricks and those aqua sticks. I really like those a lot. I use the aqua brick in yellow to fill in the butterfly's body, and I will say that is my only pet peeve really with this water media set is that like the Marino pencils came labeled, the aqua monolith came labeled, the oil-based pencils came labeled, the aqua sticks came labeled, you know, because they all have labels on them, but there was nowhere on the packaging, and I couldn't find it anywhere online what the actual names of the aqua bricks were, because that was kind of, I had to take my best guess, because there are 20 aqua bricks, so I just labeled them like red, yellow, blue, green, and black, and white, basically. But here I am using the aqua sticks again to fill in the butterfly, and this is definitely a learning process as I went, because I kind of, you know, I made some boo-boos along the way, I guess is the way to put that. But right now I'm using the aqua sticks to fill in the dots on the butterfly and just get in some basic shading and colors and background. I'm going in, I'm shading trying to do the darker shadowed side more so of the flower there. I'm using the red, and then I use it in conjunction with the aqua stick as well. So I'm going through and I'm using the water-soluble graphite to try and give shadow and like push the ones in the background further in the back, if that makes sense. I thought that actually worked out pretty well. You know, I don't know how good this camera is, so if it's going to really show it or not, but I was really kind of, I liked the way it looked. This was like almost like a backlit, like the butterflies coming up from the underneath of the flower was kind of the idea. I hope it turned out that way, or at least it looks that way to you, but that's kind of how it turned out. I really enjoyed that a lot. I'm adding in the detail of this, and I totally boo-booed this up because I should have, rather than using the aqua monolith in black, which is what I'm doing to fill in the veining on my butterfly, and then realizing later when I went over it with a water-soluble, with a water brush, that I should not have done that because I should have used the oil-based pencil. The Aqua Monolith, I will say though, if it doesn't dissolve as well as the Marino, so that's kind of something to be aware of if you don't like that. But if you really like leaving pencil strokes and stuff, which was part of the reason I used that, and then I didn't realize that, oh, I maybe should have colored the butterfly. I'm also going back over it right now with the aqua brick in black to get like a deeper, darker colored line, because I realized I wanted it to be like darker basically, and I wanted some of the veining to be lighter, but and I'm doing the lower half of the butterfly right now, but my camera just cut that off because I'm good like that, and what can I say? So I really enjoyed doing this picture a lot. It was definitely a learning process, as you'll see. So I'm adding in some additional shading with that aqua brick. God, I love those things. I really want to get the full set. I decided I wanted more color, which I tend to do a lot of layering, and I guess that's because I started out in acrylics. So sometimes with watercolor I have to be really careful with that because, you know, sometimes certain watercolors aren't made to layer well. These did okay. Like I said, I found with the Marino that it'll move again basically. I was trying to fill in between because I realized, oh crap, I should have saved the black lines to do last basically. And so I was trying to fill it in with some of that aqua brick, and I also did a combination and used my water brush on the actual aqua stick in yellow. Tried to pull from that and the orange as well to really kind of give it shading depth and dimension. So, you know, if you add different colors and multiple layers, I find that I get a really nice finish to things. And after doing the bottom of the wing, I realized that the black just kind of overpowered everything on the bottom of the wing, and so I went in with the white aqua brick to kind of lighten things up again and get it back to where I wanted it to be so I could put the dots in. Now I realize that my picture looks naked and I need other stuff, so I'm just really quick using these aqua sticks to scribble in, and the aqua bricks to scribble in basically some leaves in a whole bunch of different shades. So I had a lot of fun with that, and I moved my camera, or moved my picture quite a bit, so it'll come back into focus. There it is. I realized I'm out of focus now, and so I'm basically taking my water brush and just wetting them down and kind of working them. I did use the Marino and the Aqua Monolith on the leaves quite a bit to get the striations, especially the Monolith. It'll leave marks. But I really liked that the Marino dissolved quite a bit. But that's a personal preference, and there are times when I really like the fact that the Marino doesn't dissolve. So, but it leaves, like, it dissolves, but you can see that faint pencil mark, I guess is the way I would put it. And you know, I'm using the aqua brick on that leaf right there. Right now I'm using the water-soluble graphite in HB. I really love it. It does such good shadows. As you'll see, like, I'm using it to shade. I'm just going madly crazy with shading it. I'm loving the ability to use that one and shade. I really need to see if I can find some more. I sort of backed the camera up here so you could kind of see and get a better view, hopefully. But basically, yeah, I'm going in now and I'm wetting where I had put the water-soluble HB pencil, and I am filling in kind of spaces because I personally I'm really bad. I really don't like a lot of white space in my pictures. It's just a personal thing. I know you have to be okay with some white space, and I do leave some, but in general, if I can get rid of a good portion of it, I prefer to do that. Now I'm going back in and re-putting in all of those lovely little dots that I lost when I first did it. And then, like I said, I went back over it. I found that aqua brick, the white one, to actually be pretty darn good at being able to kind of bring it back and allow me to put in those additional colors. So I was pretty thrilled with that. I'm just having a lot of fun basically at this point using the aqua bricks and filling things in where I think it looks good. Right now I'm doing some shading around the butterfly, and I'm discovering at this point, holy moly, even after this stuff dries, it still moves again if it's the aqua brick or the Merino. And I'm like, I'm not used to that. I tend to try and buy products that when I'm done with them, they don't move again once it's fully dried. So I'm kind of having an old poop moment. So right now, though, I am shading my butterfly because I realize I really like to add the shading, and it just adds, like I said, I think it adds that little extra dimension to it and just gives it a little something something. I also realized I really wanted my butterfly to be brighter. The problem is I muddied it up, and it was definitely my fault because I didn't realize, like I said, some of those colors, once they're dry, if I re-wet them, they re-wet, so it got a little muddy in the butterfly, more so than I would like it. It turns out pretty good, but overall, I think I could definitely redo this much better now, basically. So overall, I would say I really liked all the products. I really loved water-soluble graphite. I've got to find some more of those. Really enjoyed the Merinos, the aqua monoliths. To me, the really standout products are those aqua bricks and the aquastics. I really, really enjoyed those. And you can indeed color on top of the aquastics with other products that are not a water-soluble oil pastel, just FYI. So I really, really loved these so much. So much. So I hope you enjoyed this quick first impressions. Do me a favor, like and subscribe, and leave comments below. Let me know what you think if you've tried this. Talk to you later.